guys, it's Lori. Today I want to talk about a real serious subject, suicide. And I know that a lot of my videos lately, you can say, oh geez, she's on down, she's talking about demon attacks, she's talking about this and that. But there is a flip side to this world. I get really disappointed in teachers who talk about, just think positive and everything will go good. Well, the fact is we live in a fallen world. And negative stuff does happen to people. People go through tragedies. People suffer financially. People suffer with medical issues. And there is a belief out there, and there's a danger in this belief, that, there is no negative. It's all a matter of your perception. And anything negative or perceived negative that happens is either your karma, a lesson, a consequence, or you don't have enough faith or something along those lines. That's a dangerous way of thinking, because that just gives the enemy an in. I'm sorry to those who truly believe this, but I was deceived at one time, and now I know the truth. And the truth is, we live in a fallen world. Negative things happen. Even if you do your best to help everybody all the time. I mean, nobody's perfect. Everybody has a bad mood and does something negative once in a while. But even if, you catch yourself doing something negative and go, okay, I'm sorry. Negative things still happen in this world because it's a fallen world. Which is why it's even more important that we fellowship together. Okay, so suicide. This is the time of year. I'm making this video in November, late mid-November, I guess. I don't want to say late November, but I'm at the 19th, okay? Thanksgiving's this week coming up. And as I say all the time, we always can find something to be thankful for. And I know that, America puts aside this holiday as basically, great gratitude for our country or whatever. Or it's Turkey Day, however you want to look at it, but it kind of unofficially kicks off the holiday season. And now when you go into stores, you see Christmas trees, you see wrapping paper, gifts on sale, all this stuff. Of course, the kids get all hyped up for Santa Claus or whatever. And even if you're one of those families that doesn't make a big issue out of Christmas, or tries not to, or tries to make it focus like on faith, like Jesus's birthday, or maybe you're of a different religion and you focus on that faith, or maybe you don't recognize Christmas at all, you recognize the summer, the winter solstice, or whatever the case may be, it's still there. It's still out there. If you have small children, you definitely understand that they all get excited. I know there are some sects that don't celebrate at all. They don't allow their children to participate. And I know that causes issues for them, for the kids. So what a perfect time. If there is a spiritual enemy, let's just say there is, just for argument's sake, what a perfect time for him to come in, or for him to send his little minions in to defeat someone of power, right? What a way to do that. Let's think about that. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So pardon this mess behind me. I pulled everything out because I'm going to declutter today. But I wanted to finish this video first. Do you know anybody that actually took their own life? I do. From many, many years ago, the first person, and then several over the years. And I think the thought has, if we're honest with ourselves, has probably run through everybody's mind at least once or twice. Maybe not to actually get to that point where you're planning it or whatever, but maybe, geez, I wish I didn't have to deal with this anymore, or whatever the case may be. But it leaves behind, the people that are left behind suffer terribly. We miss you guys terribly when that happens, and sometimes it's really hard to understand. I remember when I was really young, one of my very dear friends took his own life, and it was very, very hard to understand. But I know that there's depression. I know that there's different situations. But I also believe that, as you know, if you know me, I work in the spirit realm, okay? I know and I know some people don't believe this, but just for a moment, think about this. There's spirits everywhere, okay? We live in the physical realm. Then there's the other side, or, the spirit realm. But there are spirits that kind of connect with us here, okay? And we have our, angels and guides, that are there of the light, they're of God. But then we have a whole bunch of the fallen ones, okay? There are demonic spirits there, and they work very deceptively. So they're not going to come right out and go boogie, 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 right? They're going to work on you in different ways. They're going to make it so that if you put aside a time to do something positive to help people, they're going to make it so, oh, I can't do that today. Maybe you were planning on volunteering, and you're going to volunteer 2 hours, and just as you're about to do it, your boss calls and says, well, you got to do this. Or maybe you're in school and you get dumped with some homework, or maybe you were going to donate some money and a big bill came in. Let me tell you something, okay? Think about these things when they happen, because think about it. What I was planning on doing, is it going to change something if I don't do it? If I don't volunteer that time, am I really hurting someone? Don't make excuses for yourself. Just ask yourself this. If I don't donate that money, is it going to make a difference? Because I'm going to tell you, especially this time of year, people need money. If you need money and you're struggling, this time of year tends to make it worse. If you're not feeling well, if you're very sick, or if your loved one's very sick, this time of year tends to make it worse. And we have these negative entities that'll put they might bring up past issues. They might bring up, you're not worthy. See, nobody cares anyway. So before you do something, just think, what is the impact you're having, okay? And I don't believe that anybody can make somebody take their own life. There has to be more than that. But I do think we have to take responsibility for our own actions. I hear all the time with helping people financially. Well, how'd they get into that situation anyway? I don't know if somebody watching this now needs to hear about this, but this has been one of the hardest videos I've tried to do. It's like it keeps getting cut off. It keeps, like, something keeps happening. So anyway, there are negative entities out there, and what their purpose is to destroy families, destroy people, and if they can't get you by making you, like, tempting you to do something that you probably shouldn't do, that'll bring you down the wrong road, they'll get you by trying to bring you down, make you feel unworthy, take soul wounds and bring them up to the surface, take past hurts. Maybe your husband cheated on you, maybe you haven't felt worthy for some reason, maybe you had a friend that betrayed you, and they'll compound these. They'll either, put you in situations or lead you to situations that this stuff happens again, or keep that whisper in your ear. Not an audible whisper, but that thought that keeps coming back. You're not worthy anyway. Nobody cares about you. Are you kidding? This stuff, all the spiritual stuff, it's just junk. It's not real. Look at all the bad stuff that happens. That kind of stuff, you probably are better off. It's probably better off on the other side. You're not doing anybody any good. Your kids would be better off without you. Your family would be better off without you. Does that sound familiar? Because I know that that's what they do. They plague people. This drug addiction will never end. You can't get through it. It'll never end. It's a vicious cycle. You're going to end up in jail for the rest of your life. Nobody cares about you. Guess what? I got cut off again. So I just want to say real quick before I get cut off again, those voices, you know what? Even if you think it's your own thoughts, it's not. One good thing you can do, and this really works, is take something that's true. It has to be true. Something quick. I am a child of God. My mistakes do not define me. I am blessed, something that resonates well with you. It has to be true, resonates with you, and something easy for you to remember. So when you hear those thoughts, regardless if you're driving down the street, if you're in the middle of work, whatever it is, when you hear those thoughts, you immediately speak these words out loud. Have 2 or 3 that you know are true, and it'll stop the thoughts, okay? Another thing is, please have people that are believers and kind-hearted around you in your corner, because one thing that happens, and this is just for people who may get that call. If somebody keeps telling you that they need something, listen. First, listen to what they're saying. Don't decide you know better. If they tell you they need money, don't offer them to clean their house. You know what I'm saying? Listen to people. Don't judge them and say, well, how'd you get in this position in the first place? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying to let people walk all over you. That's not what I'm saying. But so many times we're stuck in our judgment, and you may not realize just how far down that person is. Or maybe it's a stranger. There's nothing wrong with a smile. You don't have to know everything either. All I'm saying is, please, especially at this time of year, be more aware that people are in that mindset. People you may not even guess. How many times does somebody take their own life and people go, I never thought he or she would have done that. They had so many friends. You never know, okay? But I know that this world can beat you down. And it seems that when you're down, the world treats you worse. Like that person who has $1 million in their bank account could be a lying, cheating, stealing fool, and the world treats them like they're God because they got $1 million. And that other person who's been struggling and struggling and struggling, people go, well, there's got to be a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? That person caught up in addiction. How do you know they didn't have maybe a pain problem and start using pain, legally using painkillers and got caught up? Or how do you know that person didn't lose their whole family, or whatever the case may be? What I'm saying is, let's just try to help each other. And again, I'm not saying be taken advantage of. I'm saying let's look at things for what they are. There's more important things in this world than just money. So if somebody needs money, maybe they need 100 and you don't have it. Give them what you do have. Maybe you have $5. Maybe you don't need that coffee. Maybe you can help somebody instead. Maybe you can take the time and be a little late or reschedule something. Let's look at what's really important. Let's try to stop suicide, okay? I'm not saying that it's on any one person to stop suicide. And again, I don't believe that anybody can make somebody else take their own life. But I know that each sarcastic remark, I know that each bit of rejection, those negative spirits hold on to that, and they just use each one of those things. So please, guys, just be aware. And if you are one of those people that's hearing those negative thoughts, try that positive affirmations. Stay close to God. Keep looking at, and please find people who care, okay? They're out there. They're out there. Tomorrow will come, It's not worth it. Some people want to get on the other side to meet up with a loved one or something, and that's not necessarily what's going to happen, We all go when we're supposed to go. Let's not push that, okay? I know this is not, everybody says happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever the case may be, and it's not very merry for everybody. Reach out and touch someone today, okay? God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon.